Hello everyone. I just came back from work. Today has not been so good. I listened to the interview granted to Osinachi's mother, her elder sister, and her twin sister on BBC, the Igbo version of BBC. And I'm just so pained listening to everything and then seeing on social media how comments come and some are like, oh, she chose to remain, she preferred to stay, after all, she didn't want the help and all that. I just say stop. Just stop. It reminds me of the woman in the Bible that was caught in the very act of adultery. Did you hear that? She was caught in the very act of adultery. But she was the only one there. All her accusers were standing there. And she bowed her head because she was ashamed. She was scared of her accusers and what it will do to her, what they will do to her. It's the same thing with Osinachi. She was scared. We made her choose to stay. I say we, yes, you and I. We made her choose to stay there. Why? Why do I say that? Honestly, I'm just sick and tired of the hypocrisy of our society. It's so sad. Why wouldn't she choose to stay? Her mother said the elder sister had gone and brought her back home after an incident, and she stayed back home for over a year before the husband came with people to plead that the matter was settled, and she went back. Right? But when she was going back, what did she say? The mother said she was pleading with her not to go, that it's even better for her not to be married than to stay in that kind of place. But she said no, that she has already done she's married according to Christian rites and also traditionally, so she will go. What do you read in that sentence? What she said? All she's saying is that I am a married woman and this is what the society expects of me. I should remain in my marriage and try to work it. So let me go. I will try. By God's grace, He will change. We made her because we are conditioned to think that way right from childhood. Just cast your mind back. Growing up, is that not what you heard? We've been conditioned to feel that, oh, marriage, once you get married, you must remain in it, no matter what, you try to work it out. After all, you don't know what other people are going through in their own marriage. Then the second part, we are told that, oh, divorce is not good. It shouldn't be done. God hates it. Yes, God hates divorce, but He also hates people who attack and delete other people. So what are we talking about here? Because we are conditioned that way. You see, when you start talking to singles and say, God hates divorce because divorce is bad, the effect is bad on children, blah, 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 blah. So think and pray very well before you get married. What are you really saying? Or what you're saying is that don't ever get divorced. So prepare, think before you get into the marriage, because once you're inside, divorce is not an option. That's just what you're saying. And that's what people are hearing. So by the time it's an adult now makes a choice, even if it's by mistake or whatever, and she's inside there and something happens, it's like, no, I cannot get out, because that thing she has been conditioned to believe. That we have all been conditioned. And that is why when people leave their marriages, you and I were the first people to point at them. Oh, she couldn't stay in her marriage. Even when people want to get married and they do background check, the family will say, don't marry from that family. Oh, their women don't normally stay in their husband's house. We are conditioned to believe that. So when a woman is married, she does not want to leave her husband's house because it's like, oh, I will be tagged, I will be stigmatized, that, oh, I will be labeled that I couldn't stay in my husband's house. Or as a Christian, how will people look at me? God hates divorce. So no matter what, I will stay. Let me just try and pray. God will help me for him to change. Those are the things that make people stay in this type of relationships. They don't want to go because of you and I, what we've done to them. The same thing happened to my sister. Yes, my sister, the same thing happened to her. And what happened? By the time she came back the first time, in the end, she stayed a little bit. She went back just like Osinachi. She went back there again. And it was a pastor. She went back there. But by the time she came back the second time, my father put his feet down. He said, no, she's not going back. I cannot be alive and see my daughter beaten. I did not give my daughter out as a slave to anybody. So nobody can beat her when I'm alive except if I'm not here. And he said, no way. After a while, by the time the husband came back with people to come and plead for his wife, my father said she is going nowhere because I don't see any sign that you have changed. She's going nowhere. And he banned anybody from coming to talk about my sister before him. And that is what has kept my sister till today. Was it easy for my sister? No. Even by the time I talked, the same thing, it was like, oh, but I am married with my husband, so why would she want to leave her own marriage too? She want to stay and make her marriage work. And apart from that, he's a minister. Apart from that, God doesn't like divorce, so she will stay. So by the time my father put his feet down on this, it took her a while before she could even accept that, okay, I can live without this person. There are people like that. It's not easy once you're inside. Why? At times, the abuser is going to threaten you. There are some that are being threatened, so they cannot leave because the person will say, oh, I will kill you. That's one. Then some, they have already separated them from their friends, from their family, which is what happened in Osinachi's case. All your friends, they make you not to have friends. Your family, or they cut you off and you're just left at their mercy. They have also conditioned them to believe that they are useless. There's nothing they can do. They cannot live without them. They have conditioned them to believe that nobody can help you. Nobody can save you. Because if you go and report to police, when you come back home, you will see. So they know that they are going to get a bigger beating for going out, except if they don't want to come back there. Even who give them liver for them to even say they are going. They have already been conditioned that way, so they are scared. That is what makes people stay in those type of relationships. So let us stop saying that she chose. No, we made her choose to stay there. We made her choose to stay there. She didn't just choose by her own volition or say, oh, it's what I really want or desire. No, it's what people will say. That is the problem. So please, while I'm coming here to talk, honestly, the best solution is not to even go in at all. That's the best solution. And that is why, one of the reasons why I created Courtship Academy. To show you that, look, there are ways that you can learn how to check for these things. People do not, such people, it's not that it's after the marriage that they became like that. No, the signs were there during your courtship. The signs are there. Any man that is like, he tries to manipulate you, he tries to control you, he tries to check your phone, you are not even yet married, or he slaps you or pushes you, use his hand to even push you like this when he's angry. And those are signs that the person has temper issues. Those are signs. They are there, but we wink at them and just feel, oh, we are not, oh, no, it's not, it's because we are not married. When we are married, it will change. It will not. And those are the kind of things that I'm teaching in Courtship Academy. For you to see that you can determine, you can follow the process and know how to select somebody, to select a spouse that you want and you deserve. That you will not just go for anything or anybody that is coming for you. Because once you're inside, I am telling you, because of this manipulation and the society, it will be hard for you to come out. It will be hard, except you have somebody strong to stand for you. Or you make up your own mind to say, no matter what, I'm leaving. There are a few that have been able to do that, but most are not able, especially when you're not financially empowered. It's difficult to leave. Please, singles, calm down. Think. Learn the process. Know how to see red flags. Red flags that are deal breakers. Learn the process. Join me in Courtship Academy. You are worth more than gold. You don't deserve to be treated like a slave. Take your own destiny into your hands.